my name is Tomomi Gariano, a certified Zentangle teacher. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today is day 23 of Inktober 2025. Today's tangle is Qurtuba by Aida, Rico, CZT. And this is, let me grab my pen. This is a border tangle, I think, initially. Let me make it a little longer so that I can give you enough samples. So you start with this kind of narrow space or border created by two sets of parallel lines. And then I'm looking at the step out. You create this zigzag wavy line, so rounded up and down, mountains going this way and that way. And then from here you're going to take this one and you're going to gently take off and create a swirl like this. So let's repeat on this one that's going in the same direction, and I think it will be easier to just flip your tile upside down and repeat, I think, or maybe not. Hold on a second, I'm studying the step out. Yeah, I think so. Then you can just continue going this way, right? Yeah. So by flipping your paper upside down, you're repeating the same direction. So coming down on this and take off and swirl. So same, going the opposite direction, coming down and take off and swirl. And then from here you're gonna add this flex like shape like this. And I think this can be big or small. You can adjust according to your likings or the space that you have. She has 3 of them, and then she add a little orb at the end. So I repeat on this side. So you have flex, 2 flex, and 3 flex, and orb. So I made the first one a little fat. That's why I had to squeeze the next 3. But if you make the first one skinny, I think you have more space to play with, like this. So it's originally designed as a border tangle, but what I really like about it is she's also suggesting this as a fragment in a little square space. You can use just one swirl like this, and from here you add some flex like shape, and then you have fragment. So you can use this as a fragment. So what I like about this tangle is this is a shape I often use in my borders and stuff, but I typically approach this way. Instead of starting from zigzag, I'll do one and I'll take off from here, and I'll do another one, and I'll take off from here, I'll do another one. So in the end you kind of sort of have the similar thing. Like, I ended up having this wavy line if you connect the line that I'm individually drawing. But by drawing this wavy line at the very beginning, I think it's easier to create more evenly spaced, balanced look. So I think it's a well-designed tangle that helps you to use this border space nicely. But I'm gonna do this one, the fragment one, on my little Bijou tile. So let's see. I'm gonna create square first. Hopefully you don't hear too much construction noise. Let me grab a new pen. This is running out of ink. So here's a newer pen. I think this one is gonna be better. Yeah. So hopefully you don't hear too much construction noise. I'm wearing my headphone and hoping this will filter out some of the noise from outside of my window. It's not too loud, but you know, when you're trying to listen or trying to tangle in a quiet place, it can be a little annoying, right? So you can create fragment, reticular, dividing this into 4 space. But what I'm gonna do is do this instead of creating 4 squares. I'm creating 4 imaginary squares. So if you connect these, you know, there's an imaginary line like this, you have 4 squares. Now from here, I'll swirl this way, I think. It really doesn't matter which way you swing your swirly pattern, whichever direction that you feel more comfortable. And I'm gonna bring it to here. And swirl like this. So this one I didn't quite hit here, but it's gonna work out. So from here, I'm going in the same direction. So from here this way. Oop, didn't quite hit my target. Gonna make it work. So like this, and then I think this one is a little bigger, but that's all right. And then from here, looking at the step out, I think you're adding flax-like shape this way. Oh, maybe I'll just do the leafy shape without the center for that. And then I guess I could make this a little bigger so that I won't have this too much space here, but that's all right. I'm just gonna repeat. Oops, I went over. So this is what happened when I take my eyes off from the paper. I was looking at the step out. So from this way, like this. The construction is picking up the noise, but hopefully it doesn't bother you. Maybe, you my headphone can filter out some of the noise. So when this construction is over, it's gonna be really nice. I live in Tokyo now, in Shibuya, which is it's kind of busy area. Not too busy, not like a downtown Shibuya, but it's busy enough. But where I live, my building, I'm on the 4th floor of a building. Across the street is a nice trail, nice green trail that's been around for quite some time. I've been living here only 4 years. Before that, I used to live in Seattle. So I'm so used to having trails and greeneries near me. So when we moved to Tokyo and looking for a place to live, I wanted to live in a city, but I didn't want to be surrounded by buildings. I mean, you can't really avoid it. You're gonna get surrounded by buildings. There's no avoiding that. But at least, like when I'm looking outside, I wanted to see some level of green, not just the concrete, but some green. So when I found this apartment, I immediately, or both of us, me and my husband, fell in love, because just outside a big living room window is this beautiful greeneries, big rush trees and some lower bush. So when I open my curtain, you don't see other building. You see all you see is green, and that's really hard to find in downtown. So that's why I love where we live. But so going back to the construction noise, so they are actually doing some work on a trail. It is a beautiful trail, but it is getting pretty damaged. It's old, it's a man-made trail, and it used to be underneath the trail that we have is, interestingly enough, underneath is an old irrigation. So even though it is a trail, it has bridges where it intersect with other streets. So first time I saw this trail, thought it was interesting. Why am I not like crossing? So the bridge is crossing over the trail. You know what I mean? So I'm not, as I walk the trail, I'm not crossing the bridge, but there is a bridge. There are many bridges that crosses over the trail. So I was like, why there are so many bridges over a trail? And I learned that this trail, where the trail is, used to be irrigation from Tama River, bringing water to Shibuya area. So now Shibuya is a pretty industrial area, or maybe not industrial, like either residential, a business area, but it used to be, I heard, a farmland. Not interesting. I mean, we only know Shibuya as a busy industrial business residential area, but it used to be a farmland. So that's why there's an irrigation system even here, bringing water from Tama River to Shibuya. So they once they start developing this area, and no longer when we no longer need irrigation here in this area, they turned it into a trail. So this trail has been around quite some time. I can't remember when they turned this into to a trail from irrigation, but it's pretty beaten up. The path is uneven, and some trees need to be replaced. Unfortunately, they're trying to preserve as many trees as they can, but it's because the trees are overgrown. They need more space to grow. Some trees, they have different root system. They need more room to spread out their roots, so they're not really suited in this kind of urban area where the land is limited. So they're replacing some of the trees, and there were big discussion about like which trees needs to be replaced, and this expert came and checked the tree health, and they're trying to listen to the opinion of especially the local people whose lives going to be affected by this construction. So it's a long process. There was a lot of hearing, there was a lot of town hall meetings, and some people are against development, some people are for development. So it was quite an interesting time to be living in this area. So looks like, I don't know, what do you think? I feel like I can still put something here, or maybe I leave it like this. Ooh, decisions. I feel like this part is a little empty, but I don't want to put too much here. Maybe I'll just add, I'm gonna echo this shape here. Like this. So I'm really looking forward to see how this new trail is gonna look. It's gonna be pretty, and some parts away from my house, they are done with installing new pavement, and it's looking really nice. So I'm really looking forward to it, and we don't know how long we're going to be living in this place, but hopefully we can see the completion of this new trail. I think once that trail is done, the property value around here is going to go up even higher. I mean, we're renting, so it really doesn't benefit us too much, unfortunately. Hopefully our rent won't go up, but it's so nice having trail. Our house in Sammamish, we had a trail to our backyard too, which was really nice, especially when we had 2 dogs. It was easy to take them onto nice walk on a trail, and it was a green belt, so we saw lots of wildlife. We saw a lot of bunnies and different kinds of birds, blue jays, quails, lots of bunnies, and some, what's the name of that creature? It looks like a little cute little mouse. It's not mouse, vole. And we had bobcats, and we often saw coyotes, which was a little scary. And we had, sometimes we even had bears, which was not a good thing to encounter. But it was a nice trail. I missed that. So okay, I really like how this is turning out to be. Yeah, so it's nice to have trail here, even in the middle of the city. I take lots of walks. I love walking. I love exploring towns. And what's nice about walking in Tokyo, downtown area like this, is there's always interesting businesses and stuff to check out. I mean, it's nice to walk in the nature, but it's also nice to walk in the city. You can always check out different new businesses and stuff. Yesterday I found really nice cafe slash wine bar that's pretty chill, not overly crowded. The owners are super nice, and they serve wines mainly from France, but I saw some Washington wines and Californian wines as well. And unfortunately, I don't drink coffee, but they serve really nice chai tea and green tea latte and things like that. It's nice to find little gem like that. But that is, more temptations than just walking in the nature. You end up spending money on your walk. But it's just it's a different kind of walk. I am so used to walking in the nature, but strolling or walking in the city is a very, very different type of walking. And I like that too. That's how I grew up. I grew up in Japan. I moved to Seattle as an adult, so this is more of what I used to as a child, as a student, and as a young adult. But then I moved to Seattle in my 20s, and then I got so used to hiking in the mountain and walking in the nature. But now I am reacquainting myself with city life, city walk. So it's really fun. And we have a lot of people visiting Japan now, especially with weak yen. The exchange rate favors foreigners, foreign countries, foreign currencies. So we have a lot of foreign visitors in Japan, and some places are really packed. And I was like, oh my gosh, we have enough people already in Tokyo, and it's even more crowded. But I'm glad that people get to see Japan. It is a beautiful country, and they seem to enjoy their time here. So if you have chance to visit, chance to travel, um, please please check out the countryside too. Countryside is so pretty in Japan. I think I can't remember what the percentage is, but it is a pretty mountainous country. Most of our land in Japan are mountains, so it's not habitable. So once you step out from the city, it is so quiet, so beautiful, so close to the nature. So me and my husband is trying to hit every prefectures in Japan. We have 47 prefectures, and we have visited 30 so far, and we're gonna go visit 2 more next month. So there's so much to do, even though it's a small country. So anyways, as I checked, I'm done. So this is today's tangle for me, and I will see you tomorrow for day 24. Bye now.